Have you ever fallen for someone who felt like a storm wrapped in a hug? They made your heart race. They said all the right things. They pulled you in like gravity. But later, they broke you in ways that felt impossible to explain. They made you feel small, doubtful, exhausted, yet somehow you kept coming back. Again and again. This isn't weakness. It's not stupidity. It's not that you love drama. There's a reason, a deeply psychological reason, why we fall for toxic people. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why your brain confuses chaos with love, how trauma creates magnetic pull, and most importantly, how to escape the cycle. Let's unmask the psychology. It always starts the same. They're charming, attentive. They give you eye contact that feels like electricity. They say they've never felt this way before. They tell you you're different. They text constantly, call every night. You feel seen, wanted, chosen. Your brain lights up with dopamine. Oxytocin bonds begin to form. You're not just falling, you're attaching. But then, something shifts. They pull back. They disappear for a few hours or days. They become cold, blunt. You ask what's wrong. They say, you're overthinking. Stop being so insecure. And just like that, you begin to chase. Here's what's happening inside your brain. When someone gives you affection, then suddenly withholds it, your brain releases cortisol, the stress hormone. When they come back with warmth, you get a rush of dopamine again. This cycle of inconsistency creates a chemical loop. Pain, relief, pain, relief. It's addictive. The unpredictability doesn't turn you off, it hooks you in. Because the hope of love feels more powerful than the reality of the pain. This is called a trauma bond. But why do some people fall into this trap, while others run the other way? Because attraction isn't always about desire. It's about familiarity. If your childhood included emotionally unavailable parents, narcissistic caregivers, conditional love, or praise followed by punishment, then your brain was wired to confuse emotional chaos with connection. As a child, you learned, if I work harder, they'll love me. If I stay quiet, they won't get mad. If I fix everything, I'll be enough. And now as an adult, you subconsciously seek partners who make you feel the same cycle. Loved, rejected, confused, hopeful, helpless, high, low. Not because it feels good, but because it feels familiar. The toxic person doesn't love you. They love how you make them feel. They love your empathy, your desire to fix, your loyalty, your softness. But they also fear intimacy. So they push you away, pull you back, blame you when they're hurting, and praise you when you're doubting yourself. This is how control is built. Through confusion. Because if you're confused, you don't leave. You try harder. Let's go deeper. People who repeatedly fall for toxic partners often have an anxious attachment style. This means they crave closeness but are terrified of rejection. They become hypervigilant to any change in tone, text, or energy. Toxic partners, especially narcissists and avoidants, instinctively exploit this. They know if they pull away, you'll chase. And the more you chase, the more power they have. It's not love. It's a power imbalance disguised as passion. So why is it so hard to leave? Because deep down, you're not just trying to save them. You're trying to prove you're worthy of love. You're trying to fix the wound your parent never healed. You're trying to rewrite your past through someone just as damaged. But here's the truth. You can't heal in the same place that broke you. They say they'll go to therapy. They promise they'll communicate. They cry. They beg. They write long messages about how you're the only one who understands them. But it's all a performance. Because when you forgive, they go back to who they really are. Change requires accountability. And toxic people rarely have that. They want comfort, not growth. Obedience, not partnership. So how do you break the cycle? You stop waiting for closure. You stop needing the apology. You stop hoping they'll finally see your worth. Because your worth is not up for debate. It's not in their hands. It never was. You heal by choosing reality over potential, peace over passion, truth over illusion. Here's how you begin. 1. No contact. Not limited. Not just friends. Full detachment. Block. Mute. Delete. 2. Write the truth. Journal every painful moment. Read it when nostalgia tries to lie. 3. Therapy. Trauma-informed, attachment-focused therapy can rewire your patterns. 4. New rules. If it feels like a high, slow down. If someone triggers your anxiety, walk away. If they love you with consistency, keep them. You didn't fall for them because you're weak. You fell for them because a wounded part of you thought their love would heal the old pain. But it won't, because real healing begins with you choosing you. No matter how lonely it feels, no matter how loud the memories scream. In the end, we don't fall for toxic people because we're broken. We fall because we've been taught to find comfort in chaos. But once we see the pattern, we can break it. You are not too much. You are not hard to love. You just gave the best parts of you to someone who didn't know how to hold them. Let that be their loss, not your identity. You deserve safe love. You deserve peace. You deserve a relationship that feels like home, not a battlefield. Toxic love teaches you to shrink yourself to be accepted, but healing teaches you to expand, even if it means walking alone. You didn't lose them. You found yourself.